shut it down to the St. Louis 45. No score first quarter. Bradford operates in the gun. Fourth and less than one from the St. Louis 2-yard line. Rams showing blitz. Takes the snap. Bradford will pass and play action. They pick up the blitz. He launches down the field for Gibbons. One-on-one coverage, and Gibbons makes the catch. Flag touchdown. Break the tackles on his feet, 25. And a steep first down and more, 30 to the 25. Sleep left, is going to get there? No. Oh, how about that? Got it blocked. 35-40, breaking tackles, 45. In time, blitz in the backside. Respond again, fight for the end zone. He is in. It's on the turn. And Jenkins has got it for a touchdown.
Hey Rams fans, welcome into What to Watch. Alongside DeMarco Farr, I'm Steve Savard. This week we preview the Rams matchup against the Buccaneers at the Edward Jones Dome. But first, it'll be our pleasure to review what happened when the Rams beat up on the Saints last Sunday at the Edward Jones Dome. And DeMarco, I was walking into the Dome Sunday morning and I see a sea of black and gold. The fans are here from New Orleans. I'm figuring, uh-oh, here we go again. The Rams defense did a fantastic job of taking those fans out of the game on the very first snap. On the first possession, Drew Brees had the ball.
Broadway looked like Bourbon Street. It did, coming into the Dome. It was strange. And we talked about this pregame. I wonder, we saw it and how it made us feel. I wonder if the players saw that, and I hope it made them mad. Well, that's the way they played. They played mad. They played inspired football. First defensive effort, Robert Quinn is right in on Brees, swallows him up. Brees can't see, throws the ball up, it's picked off, crowd goes nuts, they shut up. And it never lets up until about the third quarter. So that is the textbook way to take away a playoff team's advantages. Just put the momentum squarely on your side and put them on their heels, and they couldn't recover.
And the Rams fans were great, too, by the way. They drowned out the Saints fans early and often. Look, I've never seen Drew Brees quarterback a Saints team and go vertically so few at times. So obviously the scheme they had, the Rams prepared, was great. They played great all over the field on defense, especially in the back end. Maybe the best game the secondaries had. Mm-hmm. Up front, they played well, but I think we have to talk about the game number 94 had and the season Robert Quinn is having. It's special, and I think you think that might have been his masterpiece performance.
It's a special performance watching him go. I think he affected the entire game. He changed everything for everybody. When you talk about back-end play and the way they played, I think that was all in effect on how Robert Quinn played. Now, you've got a choice if you're Sean Payton. You want to go deep. You probably got some mismatches out there in Colston and Jimmy Graham, but you can't get the ball down the field because Robert Quinn is going to beat your left tackle one-on-one. You know this. You have an understanding. You have to change what you're doing. You have to take a guy that's caught 14 touchdown passes in Jimmy Graham and make him a blocker.
Yeah.
You have to make Darren Sproles a chip blocker. Jimmy Graham had more blocks than catches. That hasn't happened all year. Robert Quinn changed the entire game plan, the entire complexion of the football game.
Robert Quinn leads the NFL with 7 forced fumbles. By the way, the single-season NFL record is 10. That's still within reach. His 15 sacks are now second best in a single season by a Rams defender. He's 2 behind the guy you played next to, Kevin Carter, who set the record in 1999. But I get the feeling you really believe what Robert Quinn is doing in 2013 is more impressive than what Kevin did in 1999.
You know, I love Kevin. Kevin had 2 big advantages. One, the greatest show on turf. We could score on anybody and with anybody, so we were rushing the passer a lot. Kevin was also a left end, which means he's facing the second best offensive tackle they have. And he's bigger, stronger, faster than most. What Robert Quinn does is almost artistry. Kevin is like the Hulk. He just destroys, drops the quarterback, gets up and lines up and do it again. Robert Quinn sets up his moves. He's got counter moves off counter moves. He's got a great speed rush. He's learned to use that power. He's developed some power. He's gotten nothing but better since he got here. And the strange thing is, I think he can get even better than what he is right now.
It's on the turn, and Jenkins has got it for a touchdown.
Welcome back to What to Watch. You just took a look at some highlights of previous Rams-Buccaneers matchups. Let's hope this one goes very, very well for the Rams, DeMarco. Let's start, first of all, as we always do in the final segment, with keys to victory. Give me your number one key to victory for the Rams.
You know, in a word, I would say don't lose the intensity. You know, the same thing, the things that brought you a victory over New Orleans are in there. It wasn't just the Saints that brought it out. It's in you. So bring that same intensity. The second thing would be take care of the football. If the Rams take care of the football from this point on, offensively and defensively, when you have a chance to pick it. Don't put it on the ground and catch the ball cleanly. Keep the offense on the field. I think they're as good as anybody. So take care of the ball and don't lose that intensity.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it simple, too, and it really is. The message is keep it simple for the Rams. Don't make the mistake I think the Saints made last week of thinking you're going to flip the switch, come in here and win the game. The Buccaneers don't come with all that heavy of an impressive a resume, but they've won 4 of their last 6. They're doing something right, and they're good enough to come in here and beat you. So I'll go back to what you said. Don't turn the ball over. We talked about how spectacular the Rams were at times against the Saints, but they were also basic. They didn't have a lot of penalties, didn't shoot themselves in the foot, and they didn't commit turnovers. Keep it clean. Play clean football, and you should come out on top.
I'm fine winning that way, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Win by
Fight
4,
like
win by
crazy and
14.
win by 1.
Right, there you go.
Beat them up and win by 1.
Absolutely.
All
I'm
right,
good with that.
Let's take a look at a couple of key matchups in this game. You start first.
You know, Gerald McCoy, he's the last of the under tackles. Go back to John Randall, Warren Sapp. When I played, he only plays in the 3. He's a B-gap rusher, and he's pretty darn good at it. He's a better rusher on the left, which makes me happy because that's where Roger Saffold lives right now, so you can handle him one-on-one. It's going to be a chore for Chris Williams. McCoy's got a great inside rush. He's quick. He's powerful. He's getting pressure on everybody. I'm not just talking about Chris Williams. On every guard he's played, he's gotten instant pressure from that side. So you've got to be able to blunt that attack in this defense, or you have no chance.
Can you exploit that in the run game? What I mean by that is a lot of guys that get off the ball and think getting to the quarterback and get penetration sometimes are vulnerable in the running game.
Yes, but the problem is he's playing pass all the time. The problem is he's set for the pass every single snap, so at some point you're going to throw it, he's going to get that pressure. I think Kellen Clemens might have a great day running the football.
Escaping the pocket,
keep that thing going. They commit to coverage, they turn their backs. He may have a chance to pick up yards that way.
All right, the matchup I want to talk about is whoever is covering Vincent Jackson for obvious reasons. We talked about this. He is the go-to guy for Mike Glennon. This guy has big-time talent. For his career, he's averaging 17.5 yards a catch. 52 touchdowns. He caught 72 balls last year. He's going to blow past that probably Sunday for a new career personal high. So whether it's Janoris Jenkins, I kind of like the Tremaine Johnson matchup. Size on size, yeah. Big on big. Jackson's 6'5". Tremaine's got that kind of height. But if it is Janoris, he held up very well last week against Marcus Colston and against the uber-sized Jimmy Graham.
Then Vincent
very,
Jackson,
very well.
You should be familiar with the size.
Vincent
right?
Jackson,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Also, I just have a feeling we've been waiting for a breakout game from Greg Zuerlein.
Yeah.
And fortunately, last week, he wasn't needed.
Yeah.
A couple times he was needed, but he didn't have to carry the offense. If it comes down to, if you do stall some drives, you know what's interesting is Greg Zuerlein made his first 7 attempts beyond 50 last year. He has not made an attempt of 50 or beyond. He's only had 1 attempt of 50 and beyond. He's 0 for 1.
You know it's coming.
That's what I'm saying. My point is it's coming. He's going to have one of those games where, you know, maybe he breaks the new record that was broken a couple weeks ago.
I would bet that he thinks Matt Prater has his record. Tell me you think I'm wrong.
I think he's got it.
See?
I think he's got it. It's arrogant, I know, but I think Prater's got it.
We've seen it before, yes. We've seen it in warm-ups. He can hit that shot. He just needs the opportunity.
It was fun last Sunday. Look forward to another fun Sunday at the Edward Jones Dome.
You cold?
It's winter time.
How come you get the jacket and I don't?
It's winter time.
But you get a jacket, I don't.
Jeff Fisher puts away the shorts on December 1st. I put away the short sleeves on December 1st. That makes sense?
I want a jacket. That's all I know.
I think you can get it. You're a Super Bowl champion. For the Super Bowl champion, I'm Steve Savard. Thanks for tuning in to What to Watch. Enjoy the game. Remember, you can catch our call every week on 101 ESPN of the St. Louis Rams radio network.
An RBN production.